I wasn't part of this. So I'll just say happy birthday to Pat and continue to learn. And I've learned a lot. I have to thank you very much. My only little contribution, which will be less than 2 minutes, is that I agree with Senior Alfred. There must be a deliberate government, fiscal and monetary policy to drive what we're talking about today. And I will stand by dismantling corruption. Corruption kills 3 things that makes a society. It kills entrepreneurship. Nobody thinks in a corrupt country. There's no entrepreneur in a corrupt country. Any country where people in government are richer than businessmen, manufacturers, it will not survive. Government people all over the world have lived and established a small business in the UK. Every year, I get a letter from the Queen and the Prime Minister because my business is turning over £5 million. In my place, in all my business in Nigeria, I've been gotten a letter from a local government chairman. It doesn't care. When I was a governor, and I'm happy because Karis is here. As a governor, I insist if you must build a factory, I must come and visit you. You should not come to see the governor. And anybody who builds a factory, I must give you money to build your road. Innocent built factory, I laid foundation for that factory. I gave you money to build the road. And I said, what you're going to manufacture, I'll be your first customer. And I told him, I ordered 1,000 vehicles for me. Paid him up front for more than 1 year. Even when I told people that they are going to build schools for buses for schools, cars for traditional rulers, cars for this, security, they told me, how can I order something? They don't see the brake is going to fail, this is going to happen, people are going to die. I said, well, those who remain after those who die will continue. But this is the man. That's why that place is standing. Chikasin built a factory. I gave him money to do. I can tell you ironically, 3 Kutix, same thing. Whenever I want to do their road, our people will estimate 5 times the price they will give me. Because I go to them and say, how much will it cost you for this? Like Kutix, while our people estimated 200 and something thousand million for his road, he gave us only about 40 something million. And people say, oh, he's not an engineer. I said, the man who needs the road gave us 40. We don't need the road. You are taking his 200 and something thousand. Why don't we give him 40,000? If he wants for that road is still standing. The one we are doing for 200 and something have all failed. So, government, we must dismantle criminality. It kills professionalism. Nobody is a professional. You saw my text my tweet last week. I was in Nsukka to campaign. Somebody who made a first class, who left university a year after me, who made a first class, became a professor, was happy to be a professor. His salary in 2010 is the equivalent of $2,700. The same salary today cannot buy $250. He bought a car after lecturing for 1 year, but he cannot even buy tire today. And he was asking me if he can become SA to a member of House of Rep that I came to campaign for. And I said, how? He said, he's paid 400,000. The SA to the man is paid 12 million. No country can survive with that. There's no entrepreneurship. There's no skill with that. You can't. Corruption kills hard work. So we must dismantle the corruption and get people for their talent, their skill, their energy to earn what people's talent and hard work must give them the opportunity. And I believe that what we're listening here will work. But we also need to get government involved. What we're saying here now, there's no government person involved. They don't listen. They don't go for lecture. I've been in that space, so I can tell you, nobody in government goes to where they lecture. It's a waste of time. Again, they go to where they party. Simple. Oh my God. And no country works like that. They should be listening to the skills. They should be respecting the Coscaris, the friends, the everything. The keynote speakers from the states, you know what it means. People come to visit you. Government people, governors invite you. Yeah, no, you go and make for governor, kill up, stay in their waiting room for.
Hello, my beautiful people. So you've heard from Mr. P2B. These are just some of the ways you can improve the economy of Nigeria. I've also stated a lot of practical ways you can do it. And if you're even having doubts, you can run a pilot scheme. Since it's from the southwest, it could also equally start from the southeast or south-south, some of these programs. For some things I want to mention, like for farmers, you should create distribution centers in, even if you don't do it in all local governments, you could say, okay, we'll do 2020 in all the states in Nigeria. So what are basically distribution centers? They're just like warehouses where the government stores some things like fertilizers, store some things maybe they need to give to the populace. I'm just saying, not just only agricultural goods, but any good they deem of importance. So they should create central areas and distribute these things. Now, before you do it, these days there are apps like these Lagos boys doing apps. They could do apps that look like Binance, where in Binance they don't need to see you physically for you to put money or this thing. Your video will be taken, your picture will be taken. Very simple. And they should encourage people to form cooperatives so that it be easier to track them, and that is it. Your names. So the federal government can subsidize these herbicides, fertilizers, pesticides, and everything. I'm just saying in the area of food inflation, OBI was talking about manufacturing and how he aided the manufacturers in Anambra and encouraged them. Those are just some of the ways too. You can't be saying you want to turn Nigeria from consumption to production, and you're not doing anything to encourage manufacturers. Like I've always stated, if I was in power, I would create industrial zone, world class environments. What are industrial zones? Just places where industries can thrive. Clean, decent, well marked. The roads are already done, sharp. In Nigeria, they will tell you industrial zones, and when you go there, it's bush. They have not mapped out the roads. They have not done the concealed drainages and etc. So those are just some of the problems we face. Everybody just doing jaga. Sometimes too, there are a lot of things you can do to improve the country. Even the small people doing small scale farming, you have not even stopped the herdsmen. It's very easy to stop the herdsmen in the southern part. Then you start proceeding to the northern part. You understand? It's very, very easy. But the other day, farmers in Bayelsa were protesting. Herdsmen will go to their farms and eat all their crops. So how will Gari be cheap? These are subsistence farming. Nigeria is not even doing any large scale farming. There are a lot of ideas in my head on how they can progress. Like I mentioned of Alesoti, instead of building a stadium, why not build in all the local government sports centers where people will play basketball, football, create a mini league there. Train your coaches, bring some Abians that are already doing coaching or interested, young people especially. In this project to fix Nigeria, you must use young people, those inexperienced ones, and be telling them if they do this one, look at this jail term. You will see many of them will be excited, to do something with their lives, especially people that are just leaving school. Instead of building stadium, why not just do that in all the local governments, basketball, football, running, and get agents that at the end of the day there will be mini leagues, and after that leagues, they can go to Europe or wherever, or they can do one representation or the other. Stadium is just, I don't know, stadium is good, but there are things you could do that will impact more people. There are people in the villages, there is no hope. In the league, you create junior league and senior league. You understand what I'm saying? Young boys. And I don't know, you get Abians there, coaches, pay them, referee, volunteers, and that is it. But come on. when I made the video, a lot of people were attacking me, but it's fine. That's just it. Yeah. There are many things I can't stay. I'm tired of saying it, because these things are just the same thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about what Peter Obi told TINUBU? He has said it. He has done it. You can go and verify it. TINUBU never did anything apart from just to share and give to those his Lebanese friends.